Is that right there?
You're live.
Yeah, okay.
Because this is live as we speak.
Yeah. So, hello, everybody. We just had a little trouble getting on.
Hello, this is Jeff Parker with Charlie Napier right here. WRVK. Doing a little talking, playing some music. Join us. If you got any questions, let us know. Give us some thumbs up, hearts, and all that if you see us and we're coming through.
Okay, we got this thing lined out over here. We was having a little trouble getting on Facebook here, so that's Corey Purdy, that gentleman right there. Of course, Vester was in the background of that bunch right there playing, and of course that let me get me hushed up here. That was a very young Charlie Napier there that was emceeing the show. And
sounds just like you.
Yeah, of course, you boys back about that time, you all were playing with Dad as the Parker brothers, weren't you?
Yeah, we was part of Renfro Valley a long time, but that particular time in the 80s, it was me and Dad and I guess his brother Ronnie and maybe our good friend we considered family, David Osborne. We was working there some as the Parker brothers, and I guess maybe that I think we started doing that a little later, but I remember being there with Coy Purdy and Jonell Fisher and all those people. Good times, good.
Patty Fly
used to come out and do a song on that. What do you call it? Squeeze box.
Accordion.
She always did a song, which was one of my favorites, called Kentucky. And we worked up a solo instrumental on that, where she would play it, then I'd play the mandolin on Kentucky. It was a great mandolin piece, but she always did that on the show, and that's one of my highlights, getting to be part of playing with Patty Fly on there, because she always do that song.
One of my favorites of Patty's was the Beer Barrel Polka.
Yeah, I remember that very well. Lord,
boy, she could light up an audience with that.
And she was very talented. Lord, her and Virginia Sutton, all of them. I miss those folks. Thought a whole lot of them. Jim Gaskin.
And many. What was interesting about that crew, and you were a part of the crew there, you can almost plug anybody in somewhere. I mean, they had what was called the Home Folks Quartet. Well, it might be any four individuals on the show.
You never know. Like you say, you can mix it around and just pull one here, pull one there, and we'd have a quartet. It didn't have to be the same four. It should be a mixture of whoever's. Let's do a quartet. Try this. Get this person, that person. But it always worked out good.
Well, now, before I knew you, of course, I knew Vester, and did Dad sort of bring you guys along and teach you along? Dad
was my big inspiration, which, getting me started in music. At an early age, probably 6 years old, watching Dad play, and I began to. They used to do a little picking there at the house, and they'd practice, and I was probably 5 then or something. But Mom always said I'd grab a broom. Dad said she couldn't keep a broom because I always tore all the straw out of it, playing as the rhythm. Yeah. But Dad said I had good timing. Yeah. And, and it's like a snare drum. So then he got me a guitar, but early age of 6, I was I was playing rhythm guitar with Dad on a lot of the breakdown banjo tunes. Boggy Mountain Breakdown, I remember that one. And we had such a good time. But yeah, Dad was my inspiration, absolutely.
Well, let me take a quick break here. We'll be back in about 1 minute.
Visit WRVK.
Hey, buddy, I'm on live show here.
WRVK1460.com. All kinds of links to check out while you're browsing. Learn about the history of WRVK, its staff. There's a website about Pete Stamper and our broadcast schedule. Sign or guest book while you're there. And find out
Hey,
how
I'll
to
call you
contact
back
us.
after all.
Live streaming
I'm on a live
audio,
show.
running 24/7 online. That's
Okay, good.
WRBK360.com.
All right.
Check it
Thanks.
out today.
Bye. Alrighty, thank you very much there, sir. As we move along here with our interview, talking Mr. Jason Cover there, and had a little couple things there we was trying to work on the ball game that's coming up on Saturday. But getting back to the conversation here with Mr. Parker,
Yeah.
we've got a lot of interest together as we watch. I watched him grow up. I mean, he literally grew up on that stage down there in Renfro Valley.
Yeah, I remember my first time being down there in Renfro Valley with Daddy was in 1967. I come down there as a little boy.
Gosh,
to watch Dad play. You know, they was part
you
of the
couldn't
show.
have been very old then, could you?
No, I was 7. I'm still young. That's 1967. I was born in 61. Go tell my age here, but that's all right. The hair speaks for itself. But yeah, many times Dad was working. They was playing on the weekend, you know, from Estelaire, and it's bluegrass drifters playing the bluegrass.
Yeah, John Cosby.
John Cosby.
Yeah.
My dad, Charles Durham, B. Lucas would sit in with them on the fiddle. Charles Durham, Lord Bill Ferguson. I remember all those guys, which all of them's gone from years ago now. And actually, speaking of my blessed dad, he's been gone 5 years today.
I know it don't seem real.
That's my first thought this morning, and but you know, we're carrying on as he would have us to do.
And by the way, if any of you would like to see that clip that I played a little bit of, Vester and I needed to, I mean, I keep saying, I got Vester on my
That's
brain.
okay,
I'm telling you, Jeff and I was trying to get the internet working here. We was having a little problems, so I reset stuff, as you always have to do.
That's no problem.
And got it all set up there. But that was just sort of a perfect little piece to clip. Yeah, there you go. That's a perfect little clip there to get us through that. And as we move along through the program here, Jeff brought something with him in a case. I don't know what it is, but is it?
Well, it wasn't liquor. He did say I brought something with me in a case. He's referring to my mandolin.
Yeah.
We're here live with Charlie. I just tuned into my Facebook Live, WRBK, Renfro Valley, Mount Vernon, Kentucky. But he's talking about me. I did bring my mandolin. I might get it out here shortly.
Yeah,
Don't you have somebody else coming in after a while?
Well, yeah, I do. And you know, I said yesterday, it's something be really neat, is you hung around to do just one little song with Alex and that mandolin.
If he gets here in plenty enough time, you know, then, like you said, the American Idol, Alex Miller's going to be here at the same time. So if he gets here before I leave, we're going to scratch one out here. We'll pick you one on guitar and mandolin. And what time's he supposed to show up?
Right shortly.
He'll be here right shortly. I don't know if we'll be able to see him.
About 2 o'clock. You said you had other appointments.
Well,
so.
I've got a doctor's appointment, you know, and I got a hair appointment. I got a hair fixed. But if he, I would like to see Alex.
I can come over and kind of swoosh it up a little bit.
You just stay over there on the microphone, Charlie.
So, actually, you know, your hair looks good, really. Honestly.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And mine does too.
Yeah, you got yours covered up, I see. Yeah.
But that would be a little fun. I was talking about that yesterday. I mean, I've watched this guy. You don't care who you step around, because you can pick with anybody.
Well, I appreciate the compliment, but I do try, and I've been very blessed to get to do what I do, you know. And speaking of that, getting to pick, you know, I'm getting back into doing my own thing. It's Jeff Parker and Company now that the pandemic is over.
Boy, that was
Oh my God! It shut the world down, as you know.
It did. It shut the world down, and it gave everybody a pause to, I guess, get out and do something different. And I think that's what you did.
Yes, I did. As some of you may know, give me a thumbs up and all that if y'all can see us good. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I actually, you know, I'm a painter by trade. I painted houses, stuff like that, years and years and years ago. but this pandemic came in, you know, and shut everybody down. So I made a little advertisement on social media, and I started painting houses and putting bids in for that. And you know, and I've been blessed to stay pretty busy around my home area. Which I took a job at that time later on and playing some music with Joe Mullins and Radio Ramblers out of Ohio. And now that the pandemic's over, I have begun to put my own band back together, Jeff Parker Company. I did sign with a booking agent out in North Carolina, Graham.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I signed with the agent and Graham Talent Group in North Carolina, and recently just I signed. I got a record deal in Nashville. I signed a 3-year deal with a record label in Nashville. I'm very excited about it. And we're
well now. You've got an agent there.
Mm-hmm.
Who's doing your? Are you going to do another album, another project?
I am. I'm going in the studio. Actually, you mentioned that. We're going in the studio this coming Saturday, and we're going to cut 2 songs because the label I'm signed with is, which the label is 615 Hideaway Record Label, Sammy Passamano, and they want to release the first single February the 17th. So we're working on, as they call it nowadays, branding and stuff like that. The booking agent's working on getting bookings, and we're redoing a lot of things, trying to go be offering new products. You can find us on my website, jeffparkerandcompany.com. That's the website. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And when this music comes out, be looking for the first single to come out February the 17th, and we're going to be on all platforms. I know we're going to be on Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, Pandora, a lot of platforms, and be listening for the. I can't tell you what the single is yet, but I have to have it to them. They will release it on all forms, and so be looking for it, Jeff Parker and Company.
Talking about some technical stuff here.
Yeah, and I know nothing about it, but I learned how to say those words. But I barely can use this cell phone.
Okay.
And hello to everybody that's watching. This is live. I'm here at WRBK in Kentucky with my friend Charlie Napier.
Well, it's good to have you on board here, and we've been lifelong friends for sure, down in Renfro Valley and going back to his dad, Vester, and of course Jeff and Ronnie, and just been lifelong friends for sure.
I remember seeing Charlie here. Like I said, I started going to Renfro Valley in '67, Entertainment Center, as they call it now, but it's the Renfro Valley Barn Dance.
Yep.
And but I used to see Charlie perform there, Country Charlie.
Yep. Yeah, Pete stuck me with that, and it stuck.
It stuck, and I always knew Charlie as Country Charlie. I remember going down there, coming out and doing his songs, and Dad was there, and it was some of the best times.
And your dad a lot of times would be picking with me, and some of you boys sometimes would, but most time Vester would be the guy.
It was Daddy, because he was back, then he
was part of the band.
Yes, he played the Sunday morning gathering, done a lot of the guitar stuff. Then of course he was the banjo player, and he played with any artist that come available on the stage. If they wanted him, he was always willing to help, and you was one of them.
Yeah.
That Dad would back you up. Then probably the bass player Kurt. What was his last
name?
Caldwell, and Don Harper. Remember all those?
Yeah,
guys?
We had Don Harper and Red Creech.
Well,
Sonny Cornett. These are all guitar pickers here.
I'm telling you, Glenn Thompson.
Yeah. Glenn Thompson was Glenn probably is listening in right now in Nashville.
Hello, Glenn. Hope you're listening in. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I miss seeing you. Happy New Year to you.
And we're hoping to get him down here one of these days to do our Stars Across Kentucky show.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Maybe some of us you can incorporate a crew of us to come in sometime. Would that be fun?
Put a halibut. Oh, I'd love to do it.
Yes,
absolutely. Let me do a couple of things here, and we'll be back. Okay.
Injury, illness, COVID. Substance use.
Hello, folks.
Okay, we're on. Yeah, we're on there. There we go.
Hello, Leslie. Hello, JC. I can't see this phone.
There we go.
We've got all kinds of stuff coming on.
Yeah.
We're running 2 cameras here. I've got my Facebook Live on my page going. Charlie's got this one going. So hello, everybody. Y'all stay tuned, and later on today, I may not be here, but Alex Miller's going to be coming in and sitting in with Charlie. So give him a listen to. Alex Miller's a good talent, great talent. Got a lot of things going for him. He was, what was he, second place winner in American Idol, or third or something?
He got up to the top 25.
The top 25. He's got a lot of things going for him. He got some backing, you know, when you got Luke Bryan behind you, and plus, you know, that helps a lot, you know, the star Luke Bryan. Maybe he'll get behind old Parker.
That'd be fun. It'd be fun. Get you guys going.
Y'all just hang on there if I don't say nothing. Charlie's working on it here, and stay tuned. We're live. If you got any questions, ask me. And if you don't, you can ask anyway.
Most of the time, you will need to help.
I've actually got your Facebook page. Did you stop yours?
No.
I don't know what I've got.
No, I've still got it. I just...
This one here it's still clicking, but I can't get it to click over to me.
Yeah. We've had technical problems today, just a little bit. Hello, Brink. Hello, Dennis. Diane. See what else we got here.
You want to get your mandolin out, and we'll get it ready.
All right, let me...
Set that where to fall?
Yeah, I'm going to set this where to fall. I'm going to get my mandolin out. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to get it.
We care about our students.
Chatter That Matters, informative programming that will be aired live every Wednesday of each month on WRVK at 6 p.m. and rebroadcast the
Facebook has been all but a headache today. I'm going to do what you suggested a while ago. I'm going to cut it off.
Yeah, that's what I had to do to mine. We've got this mandolin now. This is the Weber mandolin brand. It's a Weber. I've been playing this one. I've had this one since 2007.
All righty, we got our guest back on here, Jeff Parker. And Jeff, again, it's really good to, I know you guys you stay busy with your life in two different directions. Music, of course, you've got to always be there. And I think one of the most important things I know of in life is showing up on time.
Absolutely, and you know, I'm usually on time for whatever I've got scheduled, but sometimes, you know, you can't help it. But I have a saying, you know, I'd rather be an hour early or 2 hours early than to be 5 minutes late.
That's what I'm the same way.
I don't like to be late.
My wife used to fuss at me on car shows. I'd want to be there, like you said, a half hour to 45 minutes early, plus maybe even set up an event.
Absolutely. It's like today, you know, you had me scheduled to come in here at noon, and I think I got here like 25 minutes early.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you did. We've had time to, we do a lot of talking, and of course, that again, if you want to see that little reel that we were playing earlier, you can go on YouTube, go to Charlie Napier, Renfro Valley. Just type it in, just like that, on YouTube, and you can see.
I'm giving you background music.
Yeah. I need a little background music.
You just keep talking. I'll pick in the background, Charlie.
You wanna pick us one on the Weber?
I will. I'll tell you. Since I'm a bluegrasser, I'll play you an old Bill Monroe tune. Okay. Big Mon. I guess everybody can hear the mandolin. Okay. Can you see me? Okay.
Sounds beautiful. I love a mandolin.
I do too. I must, because I've been picking one over 40 years.
You have?
Yeah, a long time.
And it just adds, I don't know, so much to it. And that body on that instrument there, boy, it's got sound to it.
It's got a good tone, and it looked a pretty wood in that.
Yeah, what wood is that?
Well, I painted that on, no, I'm just joking. They say that right there is quilted maple now, or something like that, but there again, I don't know my trees very well.
Yeah.
You know, I know what a pine tree is, and
you just know what a good sound.
I know. I think it's got a good sound to it. I don't know how it's sounding over the air there, but But I've been playing this one since 2007.
Well, I tell you what, we'll get you one more, and
Okay.
you folks that are on the Facebook over there, you can give him some thumbs up if he's sounding good on WRVK. So
Yeah, if I'm not sounding good, you can give me 2 thumbs up. Look, can I say something real quick about Jeff Parker and Company?
yes, sir, absolutely.
I wanted to mention my band members in this band. Jeff Parker and Company consists of me on vocals and guitar, and I got a guy here locally, and Charlie knows him. Great singer, one of my favorite singers. He's going to be in the group with me and the band, and we've been working on stuff. Jake Benover from Mount Vernon. He's a great singer, great guitar player. I think a lot of Jake. He worked with Doyle Lawson a couple of years, then of course Jimmy Fortune, and everybody in the probably industry and abroad knows of Doyle Lawson, and of course Jimmy Fortune was the Statler brothers. So I got Jake in the band. I've got 2 guys way up over in Virginia Beach in Virginia. I got a guy on the bass by the name of Wes Parks who's going to be playing upright bass, and his son Taylor Parks is going to be on banjo. And when I started putting this back together and our press release come out, that I was going to get back into doing my own thing. And these guys called me and said they'd be interested. And I said, man, you're a long ways away. I can't promise you anything. I'm working toward getting bookings and getting a new project out. I said, but be honest with you, I can't promise you that we'll have 20 dates or we'll have 50 or maybe 0. But if you're interested, we got together and heard them play, and they was good and very impressive to me and good people. And I said, but I would like to have you, but what I would ask, if you want to do this, at least commit to me that you'll stick with me at least a year till I get this thing off the ground and get going, and they're on board with that. And so we'll see what happens. I know we're going to spend a lot of time in 23 here, getting our brand down and get a new recording out. And we'll play what bookings it comes in, and blessed and thankful for it with my booking agent, Graham Talent Group, North Carolina. Then again, signed with the label, and we got a lot of things in the works. 615 Hideaway Record Label in Nashville, Tennessee, Sammy Passamano.
Now, you're a mandolin there. I know you can't really sing and play. You're pretty much a instrumentalist, but you do sing. And,
yeah.
And we've got a bunch of your files here. One of your most popular is "Meet You in Heaven."
That's a good one. I recorded that on one of my CDs. I never did claim to be a singer, but it's turned out that it's worked out for me. And of course, everybody, I worked with Daily Vincent for years as a vocalist there with those guys. And speaking of that, I'm actually going to be on the road with Daly and Vincent next week. They called me and wanted me to fill in with them, so I'm heading out here next week. I'm going out to Nebraska for some shows, and then from there out into Kansas and filling in with Daly and Vincent. They're still good friends of mine. I was there a long time, but they called and wanted to know if I would go out there with them and do some shows. And I said, well, I've always told them, if you need me, call. If I'm available, I'll be glad to go. So I'm going to be doing that. And at the same time, I'll be promoting Jeff Parker and Company.
And now this officially will take off when? Is it already?
It's already in the books. It's already in the making.
Okay.
Things is it's finalized. We're just now trying to get things going. And we played 2 or 3 shows already as Jeff Parker and Company. And it just takes time to build it, and
I'll say this: the names that you mentioned there, it'll be really good.
I think so.
Really
we
good.
played a few things, and we really like the sound. And it's going to be a 4-piece band for now, but we did a date in Nashville, I think in November, and I'll eventually add a fiddle player as things move along, as I can afford it. But if I need a fiddle player at the time, I'll hire one to set in like I did in Nashville. We went down there and played the famous Station Inn, and I hired a fiddle player to set in on that date with us, and it really adds a whole lot.
So you guys are really, you're so interconnected,
Yes.
and just like Joe Mullins, he's interconnected, you're connected to him, Daly Vincent, you're connected to them,
Yeah.
and so you all just pick and choose each other whenever you need
If we need somebody and somebody's available, we all blessed to know so many great musicians and friends, and or recommendations. Somebody recommends somebody. If somebody needs me and I'm available, I'm happy to go help out. But my main focus is doing what I do, Jeff Parker and Company, and but age is sneaking up on me. But I like to do this a few more years, Lord willing, and we can get the right bookings and get enough money out of them to make it worthwhile.
When you look at you guys in entertainment, I don't know. There's something about a lot of these entertainers. I mean, just talking about you enjoy for a while. A lot of them picking their 80s to 90s. I mean, when you're talking about, I don't. There's something about music that just is longevity to it.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever say just quit and lay it down, but. Who knows? I always want to play as long as I'm able, but as far as playing for a living and doing it as a business, I hope to be able to do that. I'd like to do it at least till, another, say 10 years. Who knows? We may not have another day, but that's my focus.
Right.
If I can do another 10 years and travel and be successful with it, and make enough to buy the groceries, keep the lights on. It'll be nice, and we'll see what happens.
Sue says here, I'm thinking I've seen this one in Wellington, Ohio, Bluegrass Festival, Moon Mullins.
Yeah, Moon Mullins. That was Joe's dad. What festival was that?
Wellington.
Wellington. Yeah, I seems like I remember that. Did I play it or something? What's her?
I think I've seen this one. I think she's referring to you.
Okay.
And at the Wilmington, Ohio there.
Yes, Wilmington. Yes, that's the Industrial Bluegrass Festival, Joe Mullins. That's one of the best festivals out there. And I've played it, and maybe Joe will book me out on that in the future. I'm sure he's got 23 booked up, but maybe he'll book me for 24. That's a great festival. He books all the top bands right there. I mean, it's one of my favorite festivals.
Well, now you worked the festival here at home for many years, down
Old Joe Clark.
Old Joe Clark,
yes.
And then before that, what was the one that had the leg?
Mac Wiseman.
Mac Wiseman.
Yeah.
I love Mac.
Me too. I remember that when he had that going. That were playing there,
Yes.
I played a few shows with Mac Wiseman, as well as most of us musicians have.
And I got video footage of you guys in the somewhere around 84, 5, 6, somewhere along in there, of the festival down in the field there. We call it the Sorghum Festival.
Yeah.
And
I always enjoyed that.
Terry Joe and Old Joe and
Lord have mercy, that brings back a lot of memories. But yes, I was associated with that festival for years and years and years. I never missed one. Then things change, and you get here and you go there. But if I was home, for many years I worked at Renfro Valley, so I was always here when the festival.
Yeah, you're always going to be one of her hometown boys.
Well, and nothing like being the hometown man. Yeah. Speaking of that, I got a CD out called My Hometown.
Do we have it?
I think you have it, and I got a song on there. It's an original song a friend of mine wrote. It's called My Hometown, and he pitched it to me, and I recorded that on my latest CD, me and Colin Ray.
Well, you've got a bunch on here.
Yeah.
Good gracious. Let me see if I can.
So if you can find that song, it's My Hometown. It's the title cut on that song. And if you folks want to purchase that, go to my website, jeffparkercompany.com.
Okay.
Hello, Bill Johnson. Hello, Barry Crabtree.
I don't think we have that particular song here.
You may not have it. I thought I brought you a hard copy of that.
Well, you're gonna have to bring us a hard copy of that. You have to bring us one.
I sure thought I did, but anyway, that's my latest work there, and at the time.
It's been a while. Go ahead, take off. We're about to run out of time here. Go ahead and pick a little, and we'll let you.
All right, I'll play me out on this. Thank you, Charlie, for having me on here. It's always a treat.
Well, you're my friend. Listen, and I'm about our entertainers here in the region, in Kentucky. And I do my best on every Wednesday to promote entertainment.
I know you do, and
right
we
here
appreciate it.
in Kentucky. We love you guys and girls out there.
And I've always said, not to talk ahead of you, but I've always said, you know, we need and want local support. All of us musicians, the artists, you know, you got to have your hometown and your home people behind you. I believe it gives you that encouragement. It gives you more boost, because a lot of times, like myself, you know, the music I play and the travel I do, it's very seldom we play in Kentucky. But when you do want to play in Kentucky, you want to, or at your own hometown, whatever your hometown might be, you know, it gives you a good home feeling to see local people come out and support you, because it's easy to say outside. I can say Parker anytime. He painted my house last week, you know, or I seen him at the grocery store, and that's fine. But on the professional side, music, it means a lot to us.
Well,
have you folks
we certainly, you know, you've got me 100%. Go ahead, take off. Oh boy, Scotty Farmer, I'll get to you on that comment that you made there, and
I hope it's a good comment.
well, he's got some folks he'd like to bring to be a part of the show, and you know, out in Kentucky, if you're one of those people like Jeff, you're working hard to promote Kentucky, promote our music, and that's what you're doing.
That's exactly right. Yes.
I mean, you are Kentucky.
All this
your
music,
brand of music is Kentucky.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, and all this music, even the recordings that we do, you know, for the most part, the recording music, because sales has changed from what it used to be. It's all about promotion. You know, you're promoting art that you do, and you're promoting your home area, and you're representing your home area. Me being from Kentucky, so wherever I go, you know, I'm supporting that for my state and my hometown.
Absolutely, and wherever you go, you just every once in a while say, you know, you folks need to tune in online to WRBK1460.com and listen to some of that hometown music down there. All right, Jeff, it is so good to have you on board here. Jeff Parker, thank you.
Thank you so much, Charlie. I'm playing you out as you talk.
You can play me out as I talk as we get ready to take off here. Jeff Parker will be with Daly and Vincent, and what location are you going to be at?
We are going out. I'm going to meet them in Nashville on Wednesday next week. Then we're going to Nebraska. I don't know what part of Nebraska, but that's all they told me for now, and I'm in.
That's all you need to know.
All I need, just tell me where to meet you, and I'll fly in,
and
ride the bus, whatever you want to do.
The big bus picks you up and takes off.
Yeah, then we're going up. We'll be up there. Then I'll be out in Kansas.
This comment here, Linda Ray says, Jeff and I worked as country store managers at Renfro back in 1990-91.
Wow.
And I had moved from hometown Canada, Jeff was, and all the talent there are amazing, which is true.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We got two cameras going here. So thank you all for tuning in. listen to Charlie and been part of this broadcast. We appreciate it.
Alrighty, and as we move along here, we're going to have
See y'all later. Thank you for tuning in.
you guys and gals, number ones at 1, as always, and then we move with Alex Miller. He'll be rolling in here shortly, and we have Alex Miller coming up here at 2 o'clock on Stars Across Kentucky. Right now it's time for the news, and it's brought to you by Rock Castle Regional. hit the finish button on that one there for me.
Bye, y'all. We finished. Thank you so much.